Paperific. Right now I'm at the Little Bits booth, and what I'm going to be showing you is several ways on how to use Photochips and Filmstrips. So, we'll get started. So one of the first things I like to do with the black and white ones is using antique linen distressing. You can see there in the small it's tricky. Just get a, I use a Tim Holtz blending film, and that's blending foam on the bottom of that. You can use any other type of sponge though. And then just starting from the outside and rubbing in. And the first sort of colour of this, it takes a little bit to actually get the ink in, but once you've got that first layer on, it works really well. And then you can really sort of start blending it in. What this does, just gives a nice sort of antique look to it. So there's that. So that's the original black and white one, and then that's the tinted one. I'm using these Photo Twin pens, but any sort of water-based pen or water-based ink. But right now, because I'm doing a photo chip, I like to use pens because they're a lot easier to use for such the large area. All you need to do is just colour in.
I've never seen them before.
I mean, these ones here, I'm using a Zig Photo Twin pen with anything like the Tombos or light coloured Marvy markers, anything like that. And they'll work just fine.
Well, doesn't it?
It does.
Excellent.
Yeah. So blend that in a little bit more.
Gives it different depth.
Well, it does, and then you can do your water. Again, that's really starting to
come in.
Yep. And then if you want to just go over it with a bit of antique, just to give it that whole finishing touch of the antique look. There's the original black and white, and there's the one that I did quickly just then, but there's one that I really, took my time doing as well. So get, this is a Tim Holtz tonic scratching tool. Good thing about Photochips, they've got a white base. Yeah, they've... And just scratch the edges of this or through the image if you wanted to give it a nice sort of,
And would you go over the top maybe with a darker?
If you wanted to,
antique linen, something a little bit darker.
Yeah, if you wanted to do that. You could even use, like I've got all the other colours here as well. Say you wanted to do something a bit more yellow. This is the scattered straw. And then you can rub that in and blend that in as well, and then that'll bring up the colour, or it'll colour like where the scratches
remember
are.
Old films were scratched years
exactly.
ago.
Exactly. So then, ink that up. So then now you're getting a nice little scratch sort of look. And then, if you want to really give it some texture, get the paper distresser and then distress around the edges. Now this makes quite a bit of mess because this gets a bit
fun though.
It does.
Is that where you got into it?
Go around all the edges of here.
It is love? Yeah.
When I'm doing this, I like to start from the middle and work my way out.
You know what?
If you start from the edge, it's a bit more difficult, I find.
Mate, it's the best. It's firmer in the middle, isn't it?
Yeah, and then just go out like that. So there's all your mess.
I'm loving this.
So just wipe that away. And then you've got that. If you wanted, so that's brought out the white again. So you can either just rub the edges if you want. Give that another sort of colour, depending on what colour, and then, you want to just bring that in. Rub that in. And there you go, you've got one little altered photo chip.
Oh, wow, that's